Everybody, and happy Tuesday. Today is June 27th, and this is live stream number 19. If you are watching this right now, you're probably just watching the recording. Haven't gotten anybody in the live chat just yet, but we hope a couple of people will join us today. Today's topic is Autodesk Fusion 360 really free? And, these live streams are really me trying to add some kind of a value to you guys. And this question kind of kept on popping up from people. So I thought, hey, let's do a live stream on it here today. Now, this live stream here was scheduled, so that's something I'm trying to do this week. So if you subscribe to the channel, then you should have gotten an email yesterday telling you that today's live stream started right now. And I will, after this live stream, I will also go ahead and post tomorrow. So kind of like testing this out. Already see we got a few people in here. Hey, Ed, Rick, and Ryan, thank you so much for joining today. We got Bob here too. Good morning, Bob. I really appreciate you guys jumping in here on this live stream. So if you go down the description area, you will find my email address. If there's anything you would like to see in these live streams, shoot me a quick little email what you would like to see, and definitely consider doing it. Like I said, this is really just trying to add a little bit more value in regards to the whole Fusion 360. Also, just gotta warn you guys that tomorrow, because tomorrow is the 20th episode, we're gonna try to do something called Flashy Wednesday. You're gonna have to chime in to see what that is all about. All right, let's get going here. Let's talk about today's topic. So, talking about, is Autodesk Fusion really free? Now, a couple of things I gotta say before we get started. First of all, yes, I do work for Autodesk. That's important that you know that. But I also feel like it's important to say that I'm pretty far down the ladder. It's a little bit, when we talk about legal things and terms and conditions, it's a little bit like asking the busboy at a restaurant if there was knock mat in the soup. But since you guys asked the question, I will definitely, if you look down the description, you will find the sites that I'm going to show you that is referenced, and you should definitely read those over kind of what I'm saying today. I guess what I'm trying to say, don't sue me. I'm trying to just add a little bit of value. Okay, let's jump in here. So, jumping over, the first site you will find down in the description is the one that is called Autodesk Web Service Entitlements, Legal Notice, and Trademark. You'll find that down in the description area of this live stream. Now, a couple of things to know about how Fusion 360 works. So as you probably already know, is that this is kind of a cloud service. There's a local install on your computer, but there's also a cloud service with it. Now, when you sign up for Fusion 360, you get a Autodesk ID, and that's like your email address with a login. That is kind of like how you are stored in the system at Autodesk. So that your ID is specific to you, and that's also what means that whatever you design inside Fusion 360, it's your design, you have the rights and all that. It's all titled to this ID. Now, the first portion that this website talks about is there's kind of like three statuses. There is a startup status, or also where also hobbyist falls in. There is an educational status, and then there's a trial version. Now, all these three options, and I think this is important, all the three options, the startup, hobbyist, the educational one, and the trial one, are all what is called Fusion Ultimate. So you get the full-blown powered version of Fusion with those tiers. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about Ultimate versus Standard when we get down a little bit further down in the list here. So I think the most important thing, and I don't like probably just as much as you guys don't like to read these kind of things, but I spend a little bit of time trying to kind of like read it and kind of like understand it the best you can. Because, like I said, people have asked me sent me numerous emails about this. Just wanted to make sure that they're doing the right thing, and I absolutely agree with that. So, how do you know if you are a startup slash hobbyist? There's kind of like three categories within this startup here. So, one is if you are a company that is generating less than $100,000 or equivalent in some other currency. So like I'm from Denmark, so if you're like in Denmark, it would be 100,000 converted over to Danish crowns. If you are a company that's generating less than $100,000 or crowns, whatever, is equivalent in the conversion, a year, so that's 100,000 a year, and you're working on a project or product that is not commercial available yet. And I think that that's kind of like an important thing to just specify out. So, if you're a company that is making less than $100,000 a year, you fall within the startup status. But if you're using Fusion, you need to be working on a project that is not commercialized yet. So to me, the way I read that is that and I'm not a lawyer, but is that if you are a company that's making $95,000 a year, you really cannot sell $25 spinners that you created inside of Fusion. The second tier is then if you are a person working on a project or a product that is not commercialized, available, and is generating less than $100,000 a year. So this is here. An individual working on a project or product that is not yet commercialized, available, and is generating less than 100,000 or equivalent, depending on where you are, per year. So, a company or person, in my mind, is probably just about the same, right? You can be a one-person company. And the third one is that if you are a person using Fusion 360 on a personal basis and it's not for commercial or profit use. This is what I would kind of like call a hobbyist. So that is kind of like the three sections that fits within the startup. So I kind of hope that kind of like going through this. So company making less than $100,000 a year and the project that you're working on is not commercialized, you can use Fusion 360, the ultimate version, absolutely for free. If you're an individual person working on a project that is not commercialized, you're not making money on it, then you can absolutely also do it. And of course, then the hobbyist, if you are not using it for anything, trying to make money, but you're doing something, you modeled up the bookcase that you're gonna build for your grandkid or something like that, then you absolutely also can use it. Now, again, this webpage is down in the description area, and definitely you need to read this over what I'm saying here. Now, the next, and so one thing I also want to say about the startup hobbyist kind of thing in here, your license will run for 1 year. But when you come up on that 1 year, you can just renew it again. So you will get a warning that is running out. But I believe you get like an email or something, and you can just go in and just renew it for another year. It just has to kind of like lapse at one point. Okay, next one is the educational spot down here. I'm going to go a little bit faster over that, I think. So all Autodesk products are available for educational purpose for free. So if you are a student, and it says here in the papers, student means an individual person 13 years of older. I would challenge that one personally. But if you're a student, and you are using, now of course you cannot be a student and using Fusion on a side project to make money on it, then you fall in above, the other one up here. But if you're a student using the software as a student to learn the software, use the software, if you are a faculty member so a teacher or something, or if you're an educational institution, you can absolutely use Fusion 360, and your license actually runs for 3 years. So I think that, I don't know, I think that's pretty straightforward. If you're a student using Fusion to learn the software, or if you're a faculty member using Fusion to teach student with, or educational institution, you can use Fusion 360 for free. If you're using it for anything else than that, then you fall up within the upper category, right? If you're a student who is 20 years old going to college, but you decide that you're going to make a side business where you are going to sell car rims, then you fall in with up here. And then the last one down here is a trial version. There is a 30-day trial that also comes, and of course that is for full commercial use. So if you are a company out there who have a project that you're working on that you are making money on, or your company making over $200,000, you can still go out and download the 30-day trial version and use Fusion 360 without any issues. And even if you're making a product that you're going to sell within that 30 day of using Fusion, that is absolutely fine. And I think it's important to say that you're getting the full ultimate version. I've had a couple of people on some of my YouTube videos saying that, I am on the free version, the hobbyist version, so I probably don't have that feature, or can I post CAM toolpath because I'm on the trial? Absolutely yes. You have the highest level of Fusion there is. Talk about highest level, that probably going to fit well within through the next segment. What is, so great. What if I don't fit into this area? What is happening then? I mean, it's not like that the Fusion 360 SWAT team is going to kick in your doors and windows and and go crazy. No, if you go down further in the description area, you will also find this link. It's called a Fusion subscription. So this is actually the cost of Fusion if you do not follow into the startup category, or if you did the trial version for 30 days and you want to continue using Fusion. So the standard version is $300 a year. Less than a freaking car payment, what is just awesome. Or the ultimate version is $1,500, or you can also pay per month. So it will be $40 a month for the standard, and $190 for the ultimate version. Now, scrolling down here, you will really see that there's only two things that Ultimate has that you don't get in the standard. You can go and check out the web pages, this web page yourself. Like I said, it's down in the description area. You can look a little bit deeper in here. But really, the things that you are missing of the standard to the ultimate is some of the really advanced simulation. And when I'm talking about advanced simulation, non-linear, if you're not familiar with simulation, but I wouldn't blame you if you don't. Non-linear is many times, let's say that you're doing like rubber type materials or stuff like that. You also get some more in-depth results versus a standard static analysis you can do on the standard version. Boggling is is another thing that is in there. So think about like a table. The normal standard linear will do, will the steel actually break, like literally shear apart, where boggling means if you had like a table frame, will it buckle instead of like literally shearing? What would be more precise? And then one thing that is really exciting that I think I'm going to have to do a live stream on is the shape optimization in here, where you actually can have Fusion tell you what would be the best shape to use for something. So that's absolutely cool. On the CAM side, so one thing is simulation, the other one is CAM. And if you don't care about this, some of you guys are just using it for modeling. Standard is is perfect. Oh, get the ambulance coming by here. The other thing, I don't know if you guys can hear that. The other thing that is in here is some of the more advanced cam things. So we're talking about like multi-axis, 5-axis, and also the probing is in the ultimate package. But I would say that if you're a company that doesn't fit under the startup, you're actually a paying customer, and you have these kind of machining tools, I don't think that anybody can complain that Fusion 360 is overpriced either on the month or the yearly thing. So I hope that kind of like makes sense. So you need to go in down in the description area. You will find the links to all these things, and go in and check the terms and conditions to make sure that you exactly know what category you're in. And if you're still confused after looking at that, shoot me an email. My email address is also down there, and I will definitely find somebody who can maybe answer it a lot better than I can. Also, just be aware of the differences between the standard version versus ultimate, and be aware of that if you are doing the startup, hobbyist, education, or trial, you do get the ultimate. The last thing that I thought was maybe just important to touch on here before I jump in and look at some of the comments, you will see down in the bottom that of the description area that there's also something about cloud credits. I had web page open twice. So cloud credits really only comes down to when you are trying to do rendering or simulation in Fusion 360, and you want to send some of those calculations off to the cloud. So in Fusion 360, you can do simulation studies and renderings, right? Now, by default, you can do them in the cloud, or you can do them on your local machine, but it takes up a lot of resources. So one of the things you have available is to send it up to the cloud and let some of the supercomputers up there deal with that while you can do other work. If you have ever dealt in a company where they're doing a lot of, like I was talking about before, like non-linear studies or something like that, it can be really heavy resource on your computer. It can take a long time, and you really just can't work on it. Well, by sending it off to the cloud, then you can go ahead and do that. And by getting your standard license that you already have some cloud credits. But if you really use this a lot, then you might want to purchase more cloud credits, and you can do that. So I left that link in there. Now, the thing about that is you're buying a pack of 100 for $100. So 100 cloud credits equals $100 in here. And there's actually, in here, there's also how much a rendering costs. I think it's like, 3 cloud credits or something like that. A simulation study is so much, and if it fails, then it doesn't charge you. So just wanted to leave that reference in here if you are taking advantage of these cloud credits. So just to recap, I definitely want you to check out the Web Circles entitlements. I hope that this kind of like cleared up a little bit when it comes to with this whole figuring out all this. Where are you and how do you fit into the free version of Fusion 360? If you just jumped in and you came a little bit late into the live stream, don't worry about it. This will be up on the YouTube channel as soon as we're done here. It'll be up there. Don't forget to go down in the description area, catch my email if you have anything you want to see further on these live streams. Definitely, any suggestions, I would truly appreciate it. Also remember that tomorrow is what we're going to call Flashy Wednesday. You're going to have to tune in to see what that is. That is the 20th episode. And I'm just going to take a quick look in here. I can see that a few people are throwing in questions here. I hope that maybe a couple of people have kind of like, answered them. Whatever we can see. I can see that we got a bunch of people in here. All right, question is that a profit or build for the 100,000? That is, Ryan is asking that. That's a good question that I actually don't know. Maybe somebody else answered it further down. shoot me an email and I'll definitely, figure out exactly how that works. I would think that it's revenue. If we look back on the page, it might actually say it somewhere in here if you're looking at what exactly the money, how it's calculated. Check that out. All right, so yes, so Sergio, the Ultimate version is free for hobbyists, and yes, you do get the full-blown Ultimate version, so, that is absolutely good. All right, yeah, I can see that there's a few different comments in here, but I'm going to jump in and kind of like reply on them directly. So, hope that this was somewhat useful, kept it around 20 minutes, what is good. Just got a few questions about this. So if you're falling into these categories, again, check out the link down in the description area. You can go and really dig deep into this. But I hope that this kind of like cleared things a little bit up for the people who asked that question. So I'm going to do what I normally do. I am going to stop the broadcast. So if you're watching the recording, thank you so much. And then I'm going to jump into the chat for a few minutes and just say hi to everybody. So thank you so much for watching this episode number 19. Until the next time, take care.